I was looking at my bike and it reminded me of my dad and me when we went on bike rides. Like, I was 9 years old when I wrote this. We went to all different places like the pharmacy, but it was mostly the trails. It was really boring, but I loved it. Yeah, I thought it was just like a bonding experience, like a great memory. I didn't realize that, you know, he was an addict. That's me, my dad, my 2 brothers, and my cousin. This is my dad when he was in high school. I really love this because I am definitely alternative in style and music taste, and I can tell my dad was too, so it just reminds me that I'm just like him. My dad was in a couple car accidents where he was either in the car and hit or riding a bike and hit by a driver, and so he had a couple back surgeries, and so he felt like he needed the pain medication, the opiates, due to the surgeries he had, due to the pain he was feeling. And so whenever you know, he kind of told me about the medications he was taking, my mom had already taken and been in recovery off of those medications. So I always had red flags up of like, hey Dad, you know, like, you can get addicted to these. So I always had an interest in the recovery field. And so when I worked as a hairdresser, I was always really talking to people, getting deeper than just doing their hair. And so I knew I had to have a change. And when I heard that addiction counselor was a job, I had to do it. My dad was still suffering in his addiction, and so I really felt like I could help people, maybe help my dad, I thought at the time, and make a difference. So that's why I changed careers. This is just a baby picture of me. This was probably when my parents were their happiest. So I just like being able to see these, and I really see my dad's eyes in these photos. So. She asked me what I was doing and where I was, and I told her that I was driving to go hang out with my mom, and I can hear nervousness in her voice, and she was like, okay, like, when are you gonna be with your mom? And I was like, I knew something was wrong, and I was like, should I pull over? And she said, yeah, and I pulled over, and she said, Alyssa, your dad has passed. And I remember I just screamed. I was like, no, why? Like, how? So many questions came up right then and there, even though I knew the answer, like, in my heart. Like, I had, like, hope that this was wrong. And it was just really, really hard. I was pulled over in a fast food restaurant, just like crying. I felt like I didn't know where I was in that moment. Something that really stuck with me that day is they told me, no matter how many chances you had or how many reasons you had to give up on your dad, you're the one person that never did. I didn't want anyone to experience the pain that I felt when I lost my dad, and so I felt like if I could make one difference or save one life, then that's what I want to do. And that's my mindset every day that I walk into work. It's if I say one right thing that changes someone's mind, that's all I need. I think he would support me 100%. I really get a lot of my nice personality from my dad, so I just take him with me every day. And I think he would just be really proud that I'm making a difference.